Hello friends, so welcome to this lecture on how RBAC work in case of Azure. See, in the last lecture we have already discussed about the three pillars, which is security principle, role definition and a scope. So really to understand how RBAC work, we need to have a solid understanding of all three concepts. And the way you control access to various Azure resources, whether it is a virtual machine, SQL server, or a SQL database, or a Cosmos DB storage account, is using RBAC to create the various kind of role assignment. In order to understand this concept, so because this concept will tell us how the permissions are enforced so that right users with the right role can access to the right resources. And what is role assignment? Role assignment consists of three elements. The first one is the security principle, like the entities or the objects which we have. It could be a user group or a service principle or a managed entity. Then we discussed about the role definition. And the third concept we discussed about the scope. So we'll discuss with the help of diagram on the right, since we have already discussed the concept in three pillars. So just to get a quick overview that how it actually work. So here in this particular lecture, we need to pay attention to the concept of role assignment. So we'll try to understand with the help of the service principle, which is marketing group. So we need three principle in order for the to understand the RBAC or the role based access. So first is the security principle. What is the security principle? We have a group. The name given to group is marketing group. Next thing we need to do is the role definition, means the collective permissions which we provide to a particular group or a security principle. And the permission we have provided is contributor role is provided, right? So what actions he can perform using the contributor role. So the third thing which we need in case of RBAC is the scope, means what kind of access is provided, means all resources that particular security principle can access, means this marketing group what all resources it can access. So the scope is the pharma sales resource group, means if under the scope we can think of management group or subscription, we are providing the access to particular pharma sales resource group. So in that case, all the users which will be there in the marketing group, or you will be adding in future, so those user will be having access to the pharma sales resource group only. What kind of access they would be having? They would be having a contributor access. So in that case, they will not be provide access to, means delegate access to others, but they can perform read, write, delete, all those access, they'll be having. So in that case, this particular management group, which is the security principle, we provided the role definition as a contributor, and scope is the resource group, means if there would be other 10 resource group, they only will be having access to the pharma sales resource group. So all three concepts, management group, country, this your role definition, and third, when we combine together, we call it as a role assignment. And this is how the role-based access collectively work along with the three pillars: security principle, role definition, and scope. I know you might be thinking it is a bit repetitive, but it is very important to understand the role-based access control as a whole. So this is it, friends, in this lecture. Hope now you have the clarity that okay, how role-based access control works in case of Azure. So thank you, friends. Thank you for watching this lecture. Meet you in the next lecture. Thank you.